Bayer Leverkusen scored a remarkable 72 goals in the Bundesliga last season, whereas their opponents, the home team at the Weisse Stadion, Werder Bremen, they were involved in 15 games last season that included 4 or more goals. Yeah, 15 games that included 4 or more goals. So surely this game wasn't going to be drier than Gandhi's flip-flop. Surely? Werder Bremen, as the hosts in this round 2 game, well, they lost. In fact, didn't just lose. They were embarrassed 4-1 away to Eintracht Frankfurt. That was in match day 1. Whereas Bayer Leverkusen, under new management of Erik Ten Hag, they also lost. That was 2-1. That was a home game in the Bayer Arena. That was a 2-1 loss. So again, there was a lot to play for in this match day 2 matchup. Effectively, both teams looking for their first win of the season. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because that way you'll be notified when we drop more videos right here on the German Football Spotlight channel. And also hit that like, because that way the algorithm will pick up more of our videos and it will be able to grow our audience, and that way we can all grow together. Danke. If we have a look at the 2 squads then, just do a like-for-like comparison between the head counts. We'll tackle the hosts first, Werder Bremen, Werder Brian's favourite team. They set up in a conventional 4-2-3-1 gegenpressing style. They've got young... he sounds Brazilian, he looks Brazilian, but he's not, he's German. Young Mio, what a name by the way. Young Mio Backhouse in between the sticks. They've got a back 4. On the left, it's the familiar face of Felix Agu. On the right, new signing by the way, well, technically he's on loan. This is Yunari Sugawara. He's coming on a season-long loan from Southampton. The 2 in the middle of the defence then, we've got the reliable Nicholas, or Ned Stark as we call him, and then he's alongside Koulibaly. He's only 18. He features quite prominently in this game, so that's a name that you probably should want to remember. The double pivot then is the Belgian Seni Leinen alongside 18-year-old Patrice Kovic. He is Croatian. And then you attacking 4 on the left-hand side, it's the new boy. He did play in the previous game against Eintracht Frankfurt. It's Samuel Umbangala. He's coming from Juventus. He's a Belgian under-21 international. On the right-hand side, it's the familiar face of Justin Neymar. Don't forget, Werder Bremen did say he predicted 10 goals for that guy this season. So he scored one of them, so he's got 9. Neymar's got Neymar to go. You've got the inimitable, the wonderful, we love this guy, Romano Schmid, as they call him, the Austrian, the attacking playmaker. He's only 26, he's pulling the strings, he's everywhere, he's got a third shot in his own right. Yeah, the Austrian Schmid. He was providing Marco Gruhl, his fellow Austrian compadre. It was leading the line for the home side. For their opponents then, Bayer Leverkusen, last season, and the season before that, under Xabi Alonso, the Spaniard, they were set up in a 3-4-3. This is pretty much the same. There's a slight tweak at the top, I suppose. It's a 3-4-2-1. In goal then, and he did play in the last game against Hoffenheim, Smart Flecken, goalkeeper that's come in, the Dutchman that's come in from Brentford. The back 4, this is a name for Liverpool FC fans. Gerald Quansah, again, he did score. He scored within 6 minutes of his debut in that previous game. He's alongside Edmund Tapsoka. He's from Burkina Faso. And then Tape Cabrisa, or Alex Tape, the young Frenchman, he's come in on loan from PSG, Paris Saint-Germain in Ligue 1. You 4 across the middle then. Ex-Burnley, Nathan Tello on the right. Not Gilles Grimondo. Alejandro Grimaldo, the Spaniard, on the left. I've not seen Robert Andrich in a while. I know he's back in the midfield as a defensive midfielder. He's alongside Alex Garcia, another Spaniard. And then the attacking 3 up front, or the 2 behind the 1, is new boy Malik Tiltman. He's American, yeah. And again, if you remember, Jobito, I'll put his name on the screen. There's an analyst, a precocious analyst wrote a mini essay about the virtues of this Tillman. Go and check it out on X. I'll put a link in the description box below. He's alongside new boy Christian Cafane as an attacking midfielder. He's coming, where's he coming from? I want to say it's a Belgian team, like Lovren, something like that. No, he came in from Albacete, that's right. Albacete, that play in the Segunda division in Spain. And the guy up front, and he's a man mountain, isn't he? Patrick Schick, the old 6'3" Czechia striker. 26 goals, by the way, last season from Patrick Schick, rivalled only by England's Lord Harry Kane. This game then, again, lots of goals between the two sides. Don't forget, as we highlighted up front at the top of the video, Werder Bremen were involved in 15 games last year that had 4 or more goals in them. There was a lot of games that were 4-3, 5-2. How did this one end up? It was 3-3. Oh my God, it was a 3-3. This is a game that Erik Ten Hag will be thinking, we've thrown that one away again. We've thrown this away. I suppose conversely, if you're Stefan Horst, you'd be thinking, oh my God, we were 2-0 down early on. We were 1-0 down after 5 minutes. What can I do to plug the gaps in this defence? I suppose, to be fair to both respective managers, both to Stefan Horst of Werder Bremen and to Erik Ten Hag of Bayer Leverkusen, they are both still, I'd argue more for Ten Hag, going through football manager style rebuilds, rebuilding identities as much as actual headcount, squad. And of course, you've got to mould those players into your personal style, how you want to set the teams up, how you want to see them play. Erik Ten Hag, not very comfortable with 3 at the back, is he really? He sort of inherited that, and it feels like there's a message from up high from sporting director Simon Rolfe to say, look, you will play this formation. But of course, let's give credit to Ten Hag. He has come out and said publicly several times that he's not a miracle worker. To quote, I'm not Harry Potter. You know, he's coming in to try and rebuild a team that's been decimated because, of course, and we've covered this, and everybody's covered this already, but quickly, a few seconds on it. Bayer Leverkusen, of course, lost Jeremy Frimpong at right back / right wing back. They lost their talisman in the midfield, their attacking midfielder, the hottest property in world football right now, arguably, well, at least he was, Florian Wirtz. And there's other people. In Capier, it looks like he's going to be going to the Premier League to team up with Gonzo's Arsenal. See, I didn't mean to put a division between us. Anyway, it's a squad that's being torn apart. You know, what's going to happen to Victor Boniface as their striker? I know he's injury prone, but he's always useful for getting goals. What's going on with Bayer Leverkusen? So again, Erik Ten Hag, under pressure. He needs more time, but he's not Harry Potter. If we look at the events in this game, again, similar to the Bayer Leverkusen game against Hoffenheim, where they scored, well, Gerald Konsa scored, didn't he, after 6 minutes. It's a goal after 5 minutes this time. This is Patrick Schick. This was fantastic work, by the way, on the left-hand channel by Nathan Teller, once played under the big brain on Vincent Kompany at Burnley FC in the English Premier League. Nathan Teller's taken the ball to the byline, so we're now deep, well, we are literally in the 18-yard box of Werder Bremen. He's fed the ball back. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a snap back. That's a cap, in it. It's he's dragged the ball back into the middle. It's got a bit of pace on it. Not much Sheik can do apart from wrap his foot around it. But he was falling over. He was going the wrong direction, so he's just stuck his right foot out, and the connection's perfect. It's gone. It's almost drifted into the middle of the goal. A surprise goal, I think. A surprise movement by the reaction time of Sheik to stick his big right foot on the end of it. Anyway, the ball goes in the middle. Nothing that Backhouse could do. All the other defenders that were for Werder Bremen sort of in and around the box. Anyway, 1-0, 5 minutes. It takes another good 30 minutes before anything is registered in terms of a goal. Malik Tiltman, it's a ball. We're now deep into the third, the sort of defensive third from Werder Bremen. Grimaldo, left foot, dinks the ball into the middle. It's floated in. It's come down with a bit of pace on it. Tiltman, the American, cradles the ball. I mean, it suggests to me that he was a futsal player in a previous life, a bit like Leon. Not Levi Scriber, Cienza, the guy, the Brazilian that plays for Frank Schmidt for Hoffenheim. He was a futsal player, by the way, in a previous life. Yeah, Malik Tiltman, anyway, controls the ball high up on his body, sort of, what's this, collarbone-ish, lets the ball roll down slightly, but not a handball offence because it started up here, collarbone, lets it roll down a middle. There's a bit of juggling going on, and with his left foot, no one seems to be on him closing him down, by the way. He's literally performing tricks in the 6-yard box. He sticks his left foot on it, and it drifts into the goal. There was naturally a reaction from it's the keeper, it's Mio Backhouse that's pleading to the referee along with Nicholas Stark that surely that was a handball because literally the ball was up here, but it didn't touch the lower hand of the arm, did it really? So it wasn't a handball. Anyway, it was an very impressive piece of futsal trickery. And then he finishes the goal. He looks so embarrassed, actually. In fact, he was looking around at the assistant referees to say, surely that's going to get chalked off. But it wasn't, and he gets away with it. And as we go deep into the first half, in fact, on the 44th minute, it's a move. It's Samuel Mbangalo, the Brazilian under-21 winger. He's racing into the box. It's Alex Tape that literally sort of scissors him. Sunday morning scissor kick on a Sunday League pitch. Cuts him in half. Mbangalo's on the floor. The referee points to the spot. And it's our man. It's the attacking midfield. It's the Austrian. It's Romano Schmid that steps up with his right foot. Mark Flecken goes one way. The ball goes the other with a lot of pace on it. It's into the top roof of the net, and he kisses his, what's he got, is it a bandage? Yeah, it's not going to be a Rolex, is it? He kisses his bandage with the ball cradled under his arm to let the Weisse Stadion home crowd know that they're back in the game. Nicholas Stark takes a yellow card as the game goes, 4 minutes into overtime in the first half. That's crucial. Pay attention to that. So at half time, and we could ask the FootMob AI, but half time then, it's 2-1 to the visiting team by Leverkusen. Fascinating to know what that team talk will be like at half time. Anyway, Stefan Horst he's tried to get his head into his defenders to say, look, we need to keep sharp, we need to keep our shape. They get caught out though, don't they? I'm jumping around a little bit. There's a couple of substitutions for the visiting team for Bayer Leverkusen. We get to look at Ezequiel Palacios, not seen much of him since last season. He comes on for Alex Garcia and Claudio Echeverria.
Nice.
Yeah, he's come on loan, the Argentine, on loan from Manchester City for the season. He's come onto the pitch for the American Malik Tiltman. And then this is the controversial moment because I've had to watch this replay back probably 4 or 5 times, and again this did go to VAR to the lab rats in Cologne. You can see that when the ball comes over the top, Nicholas Stark does take out Kafane. Yeah, it's not as brutalistic as the foul from Tape on Mbangala. This is more subtle, but it is a desperate challenge. Literally, Nicholas Stark, or Ned Stark as we call him, is the last man, apart from Backhouse, the goalkeeper. Yeah, he does take out his man, does Nicholas Stark. It's a second yellow, it's a red card. Up steps Patrick Schick again. Lethal last year, 26 goals in the Bundesliga. He steps up. It looks like a Panenka, but it's not. It's just a beautiful effort with his right foot. Yes, Backhouse does go the wrong way, but the ball does sail into the empty net. Well, I say empty, unguarded, because Backhouse has gone the wrong way. And it's 3-1 at that point. Right, so at that point, Stefan Horst is facing another defeat in his second game, only his second game in charge of the mighty green and whites, as Werder Bremen would tell you. Makes some changes, shuffles the pack. On comes the old boy Leonardo Bittencourt, along with tall, smelly Kelly Alvaro, who was on loan. Was he on loan from Juventus a couple of years ago? And just seems to be, I don't know, he's on the payroll, right? He's on the squad, he's been registered, he's floating around. Isaac Smith, again, remember this name. He comes on as another winger option. He comes on for Samuel Mbangalo, and Keke Top, the striker. Again, Werder Bremen's putting 10 goals on him as a prediction this season. He comes on for the Austrian Mark O'Gruel. Then it's Schmidt that pulls another goal back for Werder Bremen. It's a long ball from the back. It looks like well, it's been credited as an assist by Keke Top. Potentially, it looked more like it was a Friedel or a Stark that just pumped the ball up long. Mark Flecken, for some bizarre reasons, come hearing out of his goal. He must be now 35 yards out of his goal. The way the ball's bounced, clever play from Schmidt. He sort of let the ball go over the top of Flecken. There is another defender, I can't remember who it was coming in around the side. So potentially there is somebody to at least shepherd Schmidt out of play, or at least guard the vacant goal. Anyway, Schmidt takes the ball down with his left foot, takes it round Flecken and the other defender, and then very casually strokes the ball in from 20 yards out. And because there's no one there and there's just enough pace on it, it rolls itself over the line. Mark Flecken looks a bit of a twat, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, honestly, go and check it out and ask Jeeves. He's come hearing out 30 yards at full pelt. There's not much you can do. You know, you're asking him to move. Well, it's like watching an oil tanker trying to move. Anyway, Schmidt, very clever play, very intelligent use of his feet, technical player, strokes the ball home. And it's 3-2, and the pressure's starting to build. Ibrahim Matza, the attacking midfielder from Hertha Berlin, comes on for ex-Burnleyite Nathan Teller. And with 93, 94 minutes on the clock, it's just fucking mayhem. It's pinball. The ball's bouncing around all over the place. Romano Schmidt will pick it up with him. Right channel for Werder, deep now, because everybody from Bayer Leverkusen is having to defend, because they're desperately trying to hold on for this vital 3 points. Schmid on the half volley sends a ball, it goes over the top. I'm not quite sure where he was intending it to, but it goes wide of the goal. Leonardo Bittencourt, with a bit of skill, sort of lets the ball bounce half volley, flicks it back with his right foot. It goes back over into the penalty box area. Big, tall, smelly Kelly Alvaro, because he is about 6'6", gets his head on it. It bounces off the crossbar, comes back out, and who reacts quicker? It's Koulibaly. Is there, the defender, the 18-year-old. He was at fault for one of the previous goals that Leverkusen scored, but he was there, right place, right time, sticks a boot on it, goes on the inside of Mark Flecken's post for 3-3. Again, 94 minutes on the clock. And saved the game, saved the blushes of Stefan Horst. So at least they come away from the Weisse Stadion knowing that they've got a point on the board. What a magnificent game of football that was. Honestly, yeah. Blushes spared by the young Karim Koulibaly, who's only 18. Koulibaly, right place, right time. For 3-3. Have a look at the match ratings then. The AI bot of football has been pretty harsh, although it's sort of level pegged the teams with a 6.7 each. Individual performances then. Look at the Czechia striker for Leverkusen. He was been given the superior player of the match with an 8.9, 2 goals, one beautiful finish, reaction finish, right place, right time, doing the job, sticking his right foot on the ball, and one from the penalty spot where it was a beautifully taken penalty. 30 touches in the game, 3 in the opposition's box, one of which led to a goal. Malik Tiltman then, the American, good to see him, because of course he is going to feature in Mauro Pochettino's US men's national team squad. Only 23, played for an hour. Again, he's someone that's going to be adjusting to the pace of life in the Bundesliga. Of course, he came from PSV in the Eredivisie, a division, or a league, I should say, that Erik Ten Hag should know all too well. 41 touches in that hour, 4 in the opposition's box, 2 passes into the final third, and a beautiful piece of futsal jugglery work for his personal goal. Christian Kafani from Cameroon, 19-year-old striker from Albacete. He got in on the action, didn't he? Two shots on goal. No personal goals, but it was the foul on him by Alex Tappe that won the penalty that allowed Bayer Leverkusen to score a sort of double go-ahead goal, because at one point they were 3-1 up in this game. And Samuel Mbangalo, the Belgian, who came in from Juventus, he played for 70 minutes, 1 shot on goal, 44 touches, 3 in the opposition's box, 1 successful dribble, so 100% there, 2 passes into the final third. And Karim Koulibaly, as the FootMob AI bot wants you to take away. He made an error that led to a goal for Bayer Leverkusen, but he did fucking save the game, didn't he? For his team, for the Green and Whites. He did save the game. He was there, right place, right time, instinctive, finished it off. A lot of pressure on him. It's pretty simple if you watch it back on Ask Jeeves. Pretty simple what he does, but the pressure of the match situation, with it being deep into overtime, he'll be weighing on his mind, fuck, I fucked up. What can I do to spare my blushes? What can I do to reinstall some confidence in the team? What can I do to save a point? What can I do to not get an absolute ear bashing from Stefan Horst? Well, he scored the goal. Well played, Sunshine. Well played. And again, what was interesting is that both teams ended up with 8 clean sheets last season, which is fascinating because neither of those two goalkeepers are there. There's no Hudrecki in goal for Bayer Leverkusen because, of course, he's gone to AS Monaco, and Michael Zetterer has gone to play for Frankfurt. So 2 brand new keepers, effectively working with 2 new defences. A lot of youngsters being blooded by both respective managers, by Horst and Ten Hag, and it's produced an absolute goal fest. 6 goals in that one. A thriller, absolute thriller, that one. What do you think, people? What do you think? What's your reaction to knowing that Bayer Leverkusen under Erik Ten Hag were 3-1 up? Very similar to Dortmund, is it not? In match day 1, when Dortmund were 3-1 up with 15 minutes to go against St. Pauli, and in 4 crazy minutes, they end up coming away with just a point. Yeah, I'd be interested to know your thoughts, Leverkusen fans, your thoughts on Ten Hag, how the season started, what you think of the new players that have come in, the likes of Joel Quanta at the back, the likes of Mark Flecken, who just, I don't know what he was thinking by coming out of his goal. Good to see Robert Andrich back in the defensive midfield. Again, he's been recalled by Julian Nagelsmann for the Deutschland men's national team. And then Werder Bremen, if you're watching this one, at 3-1, well, even at 1-0 after 5 minutes, you must have been sat there with your pint of Guinness in the Smithfield Hall in Manhattan, New York City, thinking, oh, it's going to be another one of those days, isn't it? And then after half an hour-ish, 2-0 down, you must have been thinking, yeah, we can't go home. More pints, please. More pints, please, barman, more Guinness. But then to come back and show the resilience to rescue a point after being 3-1 down, we've got to clap that in. Anyway, let us know your thoughts, people, in the comment section down below. And thanks, as always, especially if you got this far in the video, thank you from Gonzo and I, from the bottom of our tiny crumpled hearts. We appreciate, we really do. We're indebted to you for your eyeballs, for the views, for your likes, for the comments. And all we ask, please, one little exercising, just going a little bit step further in showing that you really are watching and appreciating what we do. You know the drill. 2 fingers, double pivot in it. 1 smash to like, 2 hit the subscribe, and spread the word, please, while you're out and about and in with a shout. Spread the word so we can all grow together. Wow, we need to sit down in a dark room after that one. What a 6-goal fest that was. Question marks over Erik Ten Hag and his rebuild, his football manager rebuild that's going on. 3-1 up, threw it away. End up drawing 3-3. Werder Bremen fans, though, you're back again from the brink. You did that a lot last season. I just hope that Stefan Horst can do something to change the match day outcomes in a future round of games, so that you're not having to chase games all the time. Anyway, we can't wait to see what these respective teams do in their future match day. We're going now, though. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao, 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 ciao.